All right, Bears bound 809. Bears win 24-14. Wanted to kind of get an update on some things before I made this video, and unfortunately, not much has really come out since. David Montgomery was hurt in the game. He was grabbing his left knee, I believe, so hopefully it's nothing crazy. It didn't look good at all, though. Dude took his helmet off screaming, and he was hopping to the back. Luckily he didn't get carted out. But, that at the end of the day, it doesn't really mean much because he could still be put on IR for God knows how long. So we didn't find out much about him, or I didn't hear much about Akeem Hicks either. I just know Hicks never came back in the game. But injuries aside, Bears win. It looked good in the first half. Second half, we kind of fell off a little bit. The defense was on it today with their turnovers. I mean, Robert Quinn, I believe, had the strip sack. Khalil Mack had the fumble recovery. Bilal Nichols was on it with that. I think, was it Nichols who had that botch snap with Detroit when Detroit botched that shit? Anyways, but Detroit blew a lot of their chances in the red zone, and that's what really ultimately won us this game, because the defense did step it up like every time. And Detroit went for it on fourth down one time instead of kicking a field goal, so they got a little, I don't know if cocky is the right word, but I mean confident. They got a little bit too confident in their play, and it wasn't looking good at all. But see, one thing that I had a problem with the defense today is they were giving up too many big plays. Like, if you look at it, Jared Goff pretty much had just about 300 yards passing today. 2 touchdowns, no picks for him. But, I mean, by the way the game went, you swore like he would have thrown like 3 interceptions or something. But that didn't happen. The Bears capitalized on the opportunities of turnovers when they needed to. And, unfortunately, gave up too many big plays. So the secondary needs some work. It really does. It's something that we've known forever. Again, if they're not getting much pressure from up front, then they're really exposed, and I think that showed a lot today. But I don't know what happened with Robert Quinn this offseason, but man, the dude has showed up. I think he's got like 5.5 sacks now. 4 at least. He at least has 4.5 sacks on the season so far. Khalil Mack, I think, has 4 sacks. I mean, these dudes are showing up, and I fucking love it, man. Other than the big plays we're giving up, and Roquan had a sack too, I think. Like, Roquan's really showing out again. I think he's like in the top 10 in the league in tackles, like he is pretty much every year. The offense looked a lot better. I'm not going to say really good, but, man, David Montgomery showed up. That's another reason why it was a bummer that he got hurt. Because, man, he had over 100 yards today. He had 2 touchdowns. This is probably his best game of the season so far. And, unfortunately, from the way it looked, he might miss out on a few weeks, or hopefully not the season. But, man, Montgomery was out there breaking tackles. This dude gained so many yards after the first hit. It is awesome. Like, he is definitely a power back. He ain't the quickest, but, man, he's hard to tackle, which is awesome. Justin Fields was out there throwing frickin' dimes, dude. Hitting his receivers. I think Darnell Mooney had over 100 yards today. And, man, Justin Fields' favorite target, you can tell, is Darnell. And Allen Robinson was out there getting one-on-one catches with defenders. It was badass, dude. And Justin Fields was hitting these dudes like in stride, man. When's the last time you seen a Bears quarterback hit a receiver in the perfect spot to where the receiver didn't have to turn around, adjust, and catch the ball? I mean, he was hitting Robinson in stride, Mooney in stride. Like, he was hitting all these freaking receivers, like, as they were running. And they catch the ball and they keep going the way it should be. So, and Justin Fields, he escaped a few sacks, actually, too. I know he was sacked one time in the game. But, man, the dude is mobile. He can run. He can spin move out of sacks. Like, Andy Dalton, get comfortable, bro. Nothing against you personally, but, man, this coaching staff, and that's the thing. Let's talk about the coaches real quick. Matt Nagy, pretty much confirmed that he was not calling the plays today. I think his ego's too big to the point so where he can't tell the media or the fans or the entire league that he's not calling plays. I don't know why, because nobody wants him to call plays anymore. He's trash at it. He has this vision of what his offense is, but the problem is he's not running the right system. He don't have the right players for the kind of offense that he wants to run. Like, bro, it's not going to happen. So it sounded like Bill Lazor was calling the plays today. And it's funny because after the game in Matt Nagy's presser, when they wanted to give Lazor credit, he's like, oh, yeah, Lazor did good today. You know, this is a we effort. It's a we. It's like, come on, bro. You know, put your ego aside for at least, like, one fucking game. Just admit that you suck at fucking calling plays. Bill Lazor, this is why he's an offensive coordinator. I'm not saying he's a good offensive coordinator neither, but he's 10 times better than your ass. But this will ultimately be Matt Nagy's downfall because he's got a fucking ego and he's got a way that he wants to run his offense. And he's not humble, dude, with certain things. But whatever. Justin Fields threw an interception today. Unfortunately, he has still not thrown his first NFL touchdown pass, which is weird. And he still only has that one rushing touchdown. But you know what? He was managing the game. He was hitting receivers when he needed to. The Bears beat the Lions. The Lions fell to 0-4. I believe the Vikings fell to 1-3 today as well. They lost another tough one. The Vikings could easily be 4-0 right now. But it's a lot of these close call games for them. So, and I believe Minnesota and Detroit are playing next week, and we're playing the Raiders in LA next week. Honestly, I don't think we're going to win that game. I think the Raiders are playing too hot right now, and the way that Derek Carr's playing, he might carve up our Bears secondary. Because, I mean, look what Goff was doing, dude. That's what worries me. If we can pressure Carr and get his ass on the ground, then sure, we might have a chance. But I don't know. The Packers beat the Steelers today. Man, they walked all over them. I don't think we're beating the Packers because after the Raiders, we got the Packers at home. So we'll see what happens. The Bears are in second. We're 2-2. You know, just kind of riding the wave right now. You know, I'm not too excited. I'm happy we won, but, you know, I'm not over happy about anything because, you know, the Lions were 0-3. It's a team you're supposed to beat. So we'll see what happens against LA. We're going to be on the road again, looking for the first road win. Justin Fields, man, start that guy. Because if Andy Dalton's healthy and you throw him in, you're going to kill all that momentum you had with Justin Fields. The Bears have no choice, and us fans knew this was going to happen. They have no choice but to start Justin Fields now. If you take him off the starting position, you're going to have hell to pay. That's all I'm going to say. If Justin Fields does not start next Sunday, you might as well just have Matt Nagy calling plays for Andy Dalton then. It's fucking pointless. So, but that's all I really got to say. You know, it was an exciting game in the beginning. The Bears did almost give it up at the end. The Lions went for it again on fourth down, and the receiver dropped the ball. I'm surprised they didn't kick the field goal and then just try to come back and tie it. But the Lions are just out for blood, I guess. They're kind of playing like we have nothing left to lose at this point, especially I guess now that they're 0-4, they really don't. So, but thankfully we got the win. We're 2-2. See what happens. Bear down, baby. Going to LA. Let's kill some Raiders.